When's the last time you actually checked how much equity is sitting inside your home? Not what you think it's worth, the real number. Because if it's been a few years, that number is probably bigger than you remember, and most homeowners have no idea what to do with it. I am Ron Siegel, Certified Liability Advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Here's a stat that stopped me in my tracks this week. According to the National Association of Realtors, the typical homeowner has gained roughly $128,100 in equity over the past 6 years. $128,100 from doing nothing more than living in their home, making the payment, and letting the market do its work. Now, that is the national average. Here in California, our numbers are probably closer to double that. Call it roughly $256,000 in equity gained over those same 6 years for the typical homeowner in our market. And if you've owned your home longer than 6 years, the number is almost certainly higher than that, a lot higher. So the question I want to ask you today is, what is that equity actually doing for you right now? Because here's the part nobody talks about. Equity that just sits inside the walls of your home is dead money. It is not earning anything. It is not protecting you in an emergency. It is not paying down higher interest rate debt. It is not buying back time. It is just sitting there locked up, frozen, untouchable, until you either sell the house or beg a bank for a second mortgage at a rate you won't love. That is where strategy beats rate, always. Let me give you a generic example using the California number. Picture a family with a $650,000 mortgage balance. Over the past 6 years, they've built up another $256,000 in equity. That's $250,000 of net worth that did not exist for them in 2020. Their neighbor down the street tells them, just pay off your mortgage faster. Throw extra at the principal. Sounds smart, right? It's the opposite of smart. Because the second they shove that $256,000 worth of cash flow into the walls of their home, they lose liquidity. If the furnace dies, if a job changes, if a kid needs help with college, that money is gone. They can't get to it. This is why I look at 3 things with every family I meet: safety, liquidity, return, in that order. Most people obsess over rate. Rate is one number on one loan. What I care about is your household blended interest rate. That's the average cost of every dollar you owe, weighted across your mortgage, your credit cards, your car notes, your student loans. Drop that blended number, and you change your family's financial life. Change a quarter point on your mortgage, and you barely move the needle. So what do you actually do with the $256,000 in equity? Here's one option I share with families every single week. It's called the Wealth Builder loan. It's a first lien HELOC that calculates interest on your average daily balance instead of the full balance every month. That means every dollar that lands in your account, your paycheck, your bonus, your tax refund, immediately goes to work knocking down what you owe. And when you need that money back, you pull it right back out. Full liquidity. The right family using this strategy correctly can pay off their home in 6 to 8 years without sending one extra dollar out of the household budget. 6 to 8 years, not 30, and without locking up a single dollar. Is this for everybody? No. This is where eligibility versus suitability matters. Eligibility means the bank will give it to you. Suitability means it actually fits your life, your goals, and your full financial picture. Those are 2 very different conversations. Eligibility is what a loan officer does. Suitability is what a certified liability advisor does. That is the difference. So here is what I want you to do. Stop guessing what your equity is. Stop letting it just sit there. And stop assuming that paying down your mortgage faster is the smarter move, because in most cases, it is not. If you want to see exactly what your equity could be doing for your family, go to getwealthbuilder.com. That's getwealthbuilder.com. I think I did that wrong, didn't I, Josh? It's rsrwealthbuilder.com, rsrwealthbuilder.com. I'll personally walk you through whether the Wealth Builder loan fits your situation, what your household blended interest rate looks like today, and what a real strategy beats rate plan looks like for your home. The conversation is over Zoom. It costs you nothing, and you walk away with a number and a plan, not a sales pitch. rsrwealthbuilder.com. Your equity is the largest asset most families will ever own. Let's make sure it's actually working for you. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Thanks for listening to the Real-Time Real Estate segment, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com.